Welcome back to Kimmy TV, tips and tricks living your best life. In this video, I'm going to be telling you why I don't regret becoming an LPN first before becoming an RN. And before you watch this video, please give this video a thumbs up. Guys, we are almost at 3,000 subscribers. Woo! I want to thank you guys for all your support. Please continue to like my videos because they help me rank on YouTube, which helps my videos share. Don't forget to share it on your social media, Instagram, Facebook, everything like that. Please follow me on Instagram. I'm thinking about trying to post more often on Instagram. I'm not too good on Instagram, but yeah, so enough of the self-promotion. So I know that some of you veteran LPNs, those of you who have been working for years and years and years, can check off on me. So please leave your comments down below why you don't regret becoming an LPN. Even if you don't go for your RN, even if you're going for something else after, you could comment down below. And for those of you who are in school, comment down below and just give me your opinion on what I have to say in this video. Alright guys, so for those of you who don't know, I've been an LPN for 6+ years, and I'm in school right now to get my RN. And for me, I feel like the number one reason why I don't regret becoming an LPN is time. So a lot of the LPN programs usually take like 9 months or 1 year or even 2 years to become an LPN, but usually it's not really 2 years. My program was 2 years, and it was 2 years because of something special. If you guys want to know, I'm going to leave the vlog down below to explain to you why I've been an LPN for 6+ years. If you watch that video, you'll know why it's been 2 years. But usually your average everyday LPN program is either 9 months or 1 year. So if you're somebody, maybe you have children, or maybe you're just somebody who really wants to make money fast, maybe you want to get out of the position you're in life, you want to level up, but you want to level up quickly because you really need money and you're just sick and tired of wherever you are in life, the LPN route will be great for you. I feel like some people don't really value LPNs. Like, they just think some people say little valued nurse or little play nurse. Like, I recently heard those terms when I came to Texas for my travel nursing journey. Like, I heard some nurses say that, but that's not true. LPNs are nurses too. When you hear LPN, you hear licensed practical nurse. So the timing it takes is pretty quickly, and the money is pretty good. Listen, guys, I was able to get my braces, and I'm gonna tell you how much my braces was. Okay, my braces was a good, I'm not gonna say the whole price, but it was in the thousands. All right, it was up there, and I went to very expensive orthodontist in New York City. So my LPN allowed me to do that. My LPN allowed me to travel. I've been to Europe, I've been to Paris, I've been to Italy, I've been to Germany. You know why? Because I was an LPN. Because I was able to afford things that many people weren't able to afford. Why? Because of my little LPN. It's not little, it's a lot. And also, I got to travel as a nurse, and I got to experience a lot of things. So the roles that LPNs can play are far in between. There's a lot of things that LPNs can do. Another reason why I don't get becoming an LPN before an RN is because of experience. Now, I'm not sure about like hospitals and stuff like that, but I know when you're working in a long-term care facility, LPN basically does what RN do. It's like the same thing. It's just that RNs get paid significantly more. But we basically do the same thing. So I feel confident that when I actually like get in the LPN to RN program, that I will do pretty good when it comes to clinicals, when it comes to doing my own skills. Now, a little fun fact about me is that when I was in LPN school, I didn't do so well in the clinicals because I'm more of like a bookworm. I'm more of like a, how do you say? Like, some people are really good with their hands, and some people are really good with like just the books. I was really good with the books, but when it comes to clinicals, I was just like, oh, I don't know. We could blame it on teachers, we could blame it on this and that, but I feel like I'm really better with books and like, the facts and stuff like that. It's something I really, really enjoy. I love learning. But with hands-on stuff, it was kind of difficult for me. But now that I've been a nurse for all these years and I had all these experiences, especially coming to Texas, I have learned so many skills, like so many skills. I've learned so much, way more than I've learned in school. I basically do everything an RN does, except for a few things like, push IV, do certain stuff like start an IV, all those things. But there are LPNs I've seen who have started IVs, who have taken blood, who have done this, who have done that, who have been certified in a lot of stuff. So aside from me, there are LPNs who do absolutely everything that an RN does. I've met LPNs who have done that. So if they decide to become an RN, they will be that much of ahead of the game versus somebody who's never been a nurse before. They're brand spanking new and they're going to RN program. When they finish graduate, they're not going to know as much. You know what I mean? So the LPNs would be above them in terms of skill. Or if RN was an LPN before, that LPN knows about patients. They know how to deal with patients. They know how to deal with family members. You know what I mean? But the RN only knows about the textbook, like, oh, this is what you do to do. But everybody knows that experience, like, really, really trumps book knowledge a lot. I see that when it comes to doctors too. If you have a very, very experienced doctor, plus he researches modern technologies, also you combine that together, that's perfect. So I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying if you were LPN, you had that nursing experience before, that's a major kudos to you. And even if an LPN decides, I don't want to go be an RN, I remember, shout out to Just Rhonda, she said that some people, you can work for yourself, like especially if you do private duty cases and bill, the medical, like Medicaid and Medicare directly. So when you finish becoming RN, you have all that experience under your belt and you can do private duty work and you could charge top dollar because you could take all that experience from your LPN, and then combine with your newly found RN license and bill people appropriately. Or you can just be an LPN and build people separately, which I plan on doing. I just want to get my feet wet with private duty first, which I'm starting. If you guys been keeping my vlog, I want to get my feet wet with private duty, and then I want to become like a private contractor with my LPN license. I think that's great. I always advocate working for yourself. There's a lot of nurse entrepreneurs, so that is a good thing. Like whether you become an RN or whether you stay as an LPN, you can become a private duty contractor, make your little coins, maybe start a business, or maybe go back to school for something else, or maybe go back to school for RN and do your thing. You know what I mean? And then also, becoming LPN first financially is really good because the reason why you can pay for RN school out of pocket. You don't have to be in crazy amount of loans, except if you're going to like a private school, like for example Chamberlain or something like that. Like that, those schools are very expensive. That's why I decided not to go to that school. Those schools are very expensive. And if you guys watch my Should You Become an LPN RN ADN video, which I will link in the comment down below and in the cards, you will see that I'm really not against like committing financial suicide to get a degree, because to be quite honest with you, I don't see that it's worth it. But to each his own. I'm not telling you what to do. But becoming an LPN first, you could use that LPN money to get your ADN. Then when you become an ADN, you could use that ADN money and get your BSN. Or a lot of hospitals, they will hire you and pay for your BSN. So yeah, that is an option too. The money is great. The money can help you level up instead of going straight for RN. Another advice is experience. When you become an RN, you have all this experience that you can tell people. Now, I was watching another YouTuber, hey girl, hey, Very Vanessa here on YouTube. She was an LPN for I think about the same amount of years I was, and then she became an RN. But she said when she became an RN, they didn't really take her LPN experience. They said, no, you're a fresh new nurse because you're a fresh new RN. Some states are like that, but other states, they do see the LPN. They're like, oh, wow. When you interview, like, oh, wow, you've been an LPN for this much years. And they're going to see it and they're going to be like, oh, you know what? We should hire this person because they obviously know what they're doing. They've been a nurse for a long time. Because I'm telling you, like, from what I've seen, people love people with experience. Companies don't like to hire new people will have to pay for training, they have to pay for everything. So I'm not saying that that does not happen. It does happen. There are companies who are willing to pay to train you, but when you have experience, baby, that's good. And another thing is, I was watching this other girl's video. She's not a nurse, but she is, I think she's a doctor or something. She's going to med school, and she was talking about how a lot of times people don't take their prereqs seriously. And a lot of times, okay, yeah, you can graduate with a C, but when you want to go to graduate school, it could be really hard because of what you did in your prereqs, because like they look right back. So when I first, so this is a little bit personal, but you guys could kind of think about my situation and apply it to your life. So when I finished my LPN, I wasn't even sure that I wanted to continue to do RN. I wasn't even sure I wanted to continue nursing. But now that I've decided that I wanted to continue with my RN, I'm kind of happy that I didn't go to college straight after high school, that I went for, my dreams, my acting dreams, which I'm still not giving up on. Those projects are soon to come. You will see. I'm going to flip it up. But that's not what the movie is. That's not what this video is about. But becoming in but now that I know that, okay, I want to do RN, I know how to go about it. I know that in my prerequisites, I'm going to work super duper hard. So that's good. When you become an LPN, you get to put your foot in without, you get to dip your toe in without putting your whole foot in the water, and you get to really see, is nursing for me? So now if you're LPN, don't judge is nursing for me just by your role as an LPN. Watch the other RNs. That's what I would say. Don't judge it by the position you have now, because if you judge it by the position you have now, which was what I was doing, you're gonna be like, oh, sometimes, not all the times, but especially if you're in long-term care and you're pushing carts, a heavy cart, and you're giving medication to 40 people, you're gonna be like, oh hell no, I don't want to become nursing. But I don't want to become a nurse, but if you watch the RNs, and not just any old RN, but the RNs that are doing the jobs that you want to do, like for example, I like the RNs who are doing case management, or the RNs who are doing travel nursing on YouTube, or office RN, or whatever you want to do, RNs in the ICU, RNs in the ER, and you look at them and you're like, if your mouth dropping, you're like, okay, yeah, wow, that's great, because as an LPN, you have that ability to be in the same vicinity as RNs that you want to be like. And also, when you want to talk about graduate school, I'm as an LPN working in the jail right now, I'm always around nurse practitioners. I get to see what they are doing, which was something I've never done before, because I always was working in a long-term care facility. So I didn't get to see the broad spectrum of things, if you will, whatever. I'm probably not saying it right, but I got to see wider, my vision is open more, because I get to see, oh, so that's what a nurse practitioner does, or you could do that, or even physician assistant. Okay, that's what they do. But that happened because I worked in other places, which was the jail. I worked in a new environment, so I got to see what other people could do. So as an LPN, it's a great way to secure your position within a facility, to see, okay, is nursing for me? And if it's not for you, it's fine, but at least you didn't spend all that time in college. That's another thing. If you're somebody what, college is not for me, there are some states, I think in Texas, you do have to take some college courses to become an LPN. I'm from New York. I didn't have to take any college courses to become an LPN. So some states, you don't have to take college courses to be an LPN. So if you want to become an LPN, some states you don't even have to take college courses. Or if you have to take college courses, I bet you it's not going to be a lot, probably AMP 1 or something. I know in Texas, someone told me you have to take at least AMP 1. So guys, yeah. So that is my advice to you guys of why I don't regret becoming an LPN. So if you're in an LPN program right now, keep pushing on. I'm rooting for you. I know it's super hard, but guess what? Because you know how hard it is, when you get to RN, you know what to expect. Well, I'm not in the LPN to RN program yet, but I guess I will let you guys know when I do go in. But I feel like, now correct me if I'm wrong, for those of you RNs, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy peasy, because it's been 6+ years since I've been in LPN school, since I've been in a rigorous nursing program. But I feel like I remember how it was. I remember how tiring it was. I remember how much I had to study. So I feel like it wouldn't be as worse. Plus, I love to learn. So I know they say RN program is more in depth, but I love to learn. Who doesn't love to learn? And I've had a tremendous amount of experience. So I know about wound vacs, I know about IVs, I know about this, I know about that. So I know like the experience mind. I just have to combine it with the theory, the textbook, the theory, the exact what how they want you to do, the paper. Okay. So guys, that is my little spiel. If you guys want to become an LPN first, go ahead, go get your money, get your coins. Don't let anybody make you feel bad for going for LPN first, because not everybody is in the same position as everybody. If you're in high school, you got a full ride to like a 4-year scholarship. You're super smart. You have a 4-year scholarship to a BSN program. Yeah, go ahead, but not everybody has the same circumstances. Some people just don't come from a family where they have a lot of money. Some people don't want to go into debt, some because we have to think smart financially. You know what I mean? You can't just jump just because you really want to be a nurse. That's one thing I realized. Like, if you make decisions out of despotism, or if you make decisions because you really, really want something and you're not really thinking it through, you're rushing. I've done that before and it's not good. So some people want that. Some people have children. Some people need to make money right away. They got children and they really need money. There's nothing wrong with being an LPN first. Sometimes they need to be an LPN first and then they'll become an RN. Like, some people need to do the step ladder thing, because if they go straight through, they probably won't be able to make it because it's tough, So we have to consider, like, I know there's like a battle between LPN and RN, and now it's ADN versus BSN, but please don't make anybody feel bad for being an LPN or RN or BSN. You never know people's lives. You never know people's situations. You never know how people grew up. Like, not everybody goes like a straight path in life. People go zigzag. It doesn't make somebody any less of a person just because they went for LPN first, or because certain stuff happened in their life that they have to go to LPN first. It doesn't make them any less of a person. They're still a nurse. LPN program is very hard, and I do always advocate all my subscribers, if you're LPN, don't stop there. Go for your RN, or go for physician assistant, or go for your business, or go for something. Do something. I don't advocate for anybody to stay for an LPN. I'm not saying you have to go up the ladder to another nursing position, but use that LPN to go for something, anything, business, whatever. Just make sure you go for something, and make sure if you study something, look at the job outlook. Make sure that there is jobs when you actually come out, because there are too many people getting degrees out here and there's no jobs and they have to go back to school to get something else. That's why I advocate nursing in general. Whew. Okay, guys, so I came up with this big spiel, but I just want to let you guys know that don't feel bad for going LPN. Keep going, going strong. It will be worth it. Look at me. I travel all around the world. I pay for my braces. There's a lot of stuff I'm able to have and do, and I moved across the state because I am an LPN. Okay? So I'm able to be around doctors. I'm able to go to certain events, certain high class events. I'm able to pay for certain courses because I am an LPN. I want to let you that sink in. Sink that in. I know everybody's situation is different, but let that sink in. So if you want to become an LPN, go ahead. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Mwah.